just hours before Paul McCartney took the stage in Des Moines for his Got Back tour. The legendary Beatle turned an ordinary day into a moment one fan would remember forever. The venue's doors weren't set to open until 6:30 p.m., but by mid-afternoon, the sidewalks around the loading dock were already filled with eager fans. Some had traveled across states, braving the chilly weather and the occasional drizzle, united by one shared purpose: to catch even the briefest glimpse of a man whose music had soundtracked their lives. Among the crowd stood Megan Gray, a devoted admirer who had traveled all the way from Utah. She had risen before dawn and spent the entire day on the road, determined not to miss the chance to see McCartney in person. Another fan, Jeremy Patirala from Illinois, spoke with quiet reverence about what the former Beatle meant to him. For him, McCartney's music wasn't just sound. It was part of his identity, the defining rhythm of his own personal Mount Rushmore of artists. Yet no one in that gathering of 40 fans was more determined than Dan Myers, a lifelong follower from Sioux City. Coincidentally, the concert fell on his 65th birthday, and he couldn't imagine spending it anywhere else. To Myers, each of McCartney's songs carried a different chapter of his life, every lyric echoing memories of youth, love, and time gone by. Even now, decades later, he still sang along with the same enthusiasm he had as a teenager. It wasn't Myers' first time seeing McCartney perform. In fact, this concert marked his third in Des Moines, and the 19th overall, a testament to a devotion that had endured for decades. But that night, he wasn't there just to see another show. He was hoping for something a little more personal, a fleeting moment of acknowledgement from the man whose music had meant so much to him. For nearly 3 hours, Myers waited in the cold, his jacket damp from the misting rain. And then, just as McCartney's car rolled into the venue, fate intervened. The car slowed, the window lowered, and the icon himself leaned toward the waiting crowd. In that brief, shining instant, McCartney noticed the birthday sign Myers was holding and offered him warm birthday wishes. For Myers, it was more than just a greeting. It was a lifelong dream realized. Standing only a few feet away from one of the most influential musicians in history, he felt a rush of gratitude and disbelief. To him, the moment wasn't just about proximity to fame. It was about connection, about being seen by someone whose songs had been the soundtrack of his entire life. As the car disappeared through the gates and the crowd erupted in cheers, Myers couldn't stop smiling. For him, the night had already reached its peak, long before the first chord of "Hey Jude" ever rang through the arena.